Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Dan. I'm a third-party seller on Amazon. I've been doing that for over 5 years. Previous to that, I was a school teacher for 25 years. Recently retired, and now this is what I do. So in today's video, I am creating a shipment. I've had a number of viewers request that I make a video about making a shipment, so that's what this is. And this is part 2. If you didn't watch part 1 and you'd like to, you can click on that link right above, and that'll take you to part 1. So in this video, in part 2, I'm creating a shipment, but there's 208 items, 207, 208 items. So I have to go through a special process in order to submit my contents to Amazon. It's a little tricky. I have a few problems with doing it, and it's interesting to watch this video as I was editing it, and watching and listening to the mistakes that I was making, the word choices that I was using. I said FBM instead of FBA like 5 times. I said that in error. And that was on Thursday, a week ago. Well, 12 hours later, I tested positive for COVID. And I have to tell you, one of the biggest ways in which I've been affected by COVID is my brain fog. I'm really having a hard time concentrating, and I still am today. So as you're watching this video, if you've watched some of my videos before, I'm a little off, more than normal. So make sure you stick around to the end. In the end of the video, I'll give you my pro tip, but I also give you a little insight into my my profit and loss so far for the year. I use my inventory lab to do that. I've had a number of individuals ask me about my ROI and what kind of numbers I'm making, so I show you my numbers. So I hope you enjoy. So without any further ado, here is that creation of that shipment. So today's Thursday. This is the third day of working on this shipment. Again, the first day, which was Tuesday, Audrey and I pulled everything out, destickered. Audrey destickered. I was going through the inventory. Yesterday it was just me. We had a little hiccup in our family. My youngest son contracted COVID, so we didn't let Audrey into the house, and I had some things that I needed to take care of for him. So I didn't get too much done yesterday. I got that one shipment out of 2 boxes of 15 items, I think, but the bulk is still here. This is the bulk of the material, the items that I need to get out today, and I have to get them out today. I need to complete this shipment. I've got some FBM I need to do, so it's going to be a busy day. Just completed that second shipment of 206 items. Now, when creating a large shipment like this, the option that I would normally use, using the web form, is not available. Because it's such a large shipment, I either have to upload a file or I have to skip box information, and they will evaluate it when it gets to the Amazon warehouse. If I do that, it will cost me $31. Well, I'm not doing that. So I'm going to upload a file. This can be tricky, so I will walk through how I do this. So you click on File. And when doing this, it's really important that you keep a really good, at least this is the way I do it, I keep written information of what is in each box. So for example, this is just my shorthand of what is in each of these 7 boxes that I have. And then as I go into making this tab delineated form that I have to share with Amazon, I can go through it faster. So you have a couple different options. You have 2 different options you can pick from. You can use Excel, or you can use a text file. I use the text file. I don't have Excel on this computer. I don't have Microsoft Office. So not a big deal. So I'll click on that. And I have, I think 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 boxes for this shipment. So then it will generate my packing list template. And here it is. Here is my packing list template. I will click on that. It will open down here. I will open that, and this is the first time I'm using this computer to do this, so I am going to use Notepad. And that's what the file looks like. So what I do from here is I Control A, and then I Control C. Control C just copies it, and then I go over to my drive, and then I'm going to convert this into a Google spreadsheet. So I've opened up a new spreadsheet, and I'm just going to click in there in the very first available cell and Control V. And that is the same document, but it's been put into the individual columns. Now it goes there. What it has done. So here is box 1, box 2, box 3. So what I'll have to do is enter in the quantities that are in box 1, box 2, box 3, all the way up until box 7. Now, what I do to make things a little bit easier for myself is I am going to go and decrease the size of a lot of those columns. And I'm only going to keep the columns that I'm going to be using and needing to be normal size. So I'm going to need that. I'm going to reduce this one down. So I'm going to reduce all these, and I will come back to you after I'm done. So this is my new spreadsheet where I have collapsed a lot of the columns I don't need. And then that way I can see all 7 of my boxes. Here's box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4, box 5, box 6, box 7. I can see all 7 of my boxes without having to slide anything around. So in box 1, I know that this isn't the best way to start it, but box 1 has everything in my, see, how can I say this? So as the way in which all of these items are listed here, they are in the exact same order that their label was printed out. So I had 7 pages of labels. Label 1 was this Star Wars Galactic Heroes fin. That was the first thing that came out. So it stays in order. The order upon which they get printed out is the same order that they are posted here. So as I box up my items, as I tag them, I put them in to the same box as they go. Every now and then there's going to be a few oddities because of the size of the box, the amount of room that I have, whatever the case may be. And I might have to change that around. And then I'll take note of that so that I can go through this process looking at my notes, and it should be able to be seamless. So here we go. So the first item I know actually went into the second box, and that was a quantity of 1. So you always want to make, so here's the quantity that you said you were shipping in. So you just need to make sure that you do that. Now, here's the other thing that I do is I am ending with Monster Jam. So I am going to go down here, and I'm looking for Monster Jam. I need to move my head over there. And there's my Monster Jam. So I'm going to come over here. So that's box 1. I know that I have that Monster Jam. I have 1 of them. And then I can just fill in my quantities I'm gonna have to go back and change some of these, but I'll do that in a second. Okay, now there are two things that are not in this box. That is one. The very first item actually went in the second box, and then the Incredibles. So I have to find the Incredibles 2 Elastigirl. Yeah. So then this is not there. It is there. Okay. So that's box one. My box one is complete. Now box two starts with, I have written down here, it starts with Star Wars Fleet Mission. When I click on this, if you look up here at the very top, it says what it is. And I also put a little 3CN. It should end with 3CN because I had a lot of Star Wars Fleet Mission. I just wanted to make sure I got the right one. So the insignia, the SKU, ends with 3CN. So that is the correct one. I will go over here, and there is one of those. And this entire box goes in order up until I have my 5 Thanoses. And boy, are they making great profit. I have 5 of those. So then I can go back and backfill all that. So we got 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. All right, so I'm going to pause this video now and finish up doing these boxes. It is nothing new, nothing different. I just keep doing the same thing for each of them. Okay, so this document is complete. The spreadsheet is complete. I have all of my items listed. I've got all 7 boxes down here. Now I need to see if I did it right, because about 50% of the time I make a mistake, to be honest with you. So I need to now take this and I need to put it back into the original form, the tab delineated form that I had it in. So I'm going to save all this. I'm going to hit Shift and arrow up, and everything that I've worked in, this entire workspace, I'm going to do a Control C. I'm going to go back over to this form, delete it, Control V, and it saves automatically, but I will save it anyway. And then I'm going to minimize this in case I have to come back to it, because sometimes I do. And now we will go back over to my Seller Central, and I need to put in all of my box dimensions, and then I'll upload that document. So let me go and take care of uploading all of those dimensions. All right, now the next thing, so I have all of my box information input. I don't know why this is up here. I never use it, but this is box 1 all the way down to box 7. I got an internal error. I don't know what that's about. But one of the things that I learned the hard way, is after I have all my box information, I just take a picture of it with my phone, just in case it doesn't get uploaded and I lose that information. So we are going to retry that. I don't know what happened there, but it's good. I'm going to move this box. And now we need to go looks like I'm offline. I'm going to refresh this. and it logged me out. And that's why I like to save that box information. Sometime. Well, this is different. That's not where I wanted to go. Shipments. Yeah, that Windows looks different. I'm not used to that. All right, so we have 206 items. Hopefully it just signed me out, and I should be good here. And we lost all that. Look at that. So we're going to do tab with delineated. We're going to do 7. We're going to generate it, even though we don't need, because it's going to look exactly the same. So now I'm going to go re-put that information, and I'm going to pause this. Okay, so I've re-inputted the information into my box content, and now let's go see if it likes it. So this is where we now need to upload our pack list. I'm just realizing I've never used this laptop to do this. So, and I didn't pay attention to where it is. I think that must be it right there. We'll find out. So that is the process. And then we hit upload. This takes a little while. Once you hit upload, it can take anywhere from 15 to a couple minutes. So I am going, and while that is going on, it says your pack list is currently being processed. So I am going to pause. Okay, so it says that my pack list failed processing due to invalid input. So we go to the report, and hopefully there's only 1 or 2 things that are there. We go to open, and there's 1 thing. All right, so we've got 1 error. So it's a numbers error. I'm saying that there's 146 versus 147. So I put something in twice. So let me pause again. I will go back and find out where my mistake is, and I'll show you. So I'm still searching for that error, and I found out what it was. Again, bonehead mistake. In the description of the problem, it says empty carton present, carton number 4. I didn't read that carefully enough. So when I go back, where are we? So when I go back to carton number 4, here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's carton number 4. There's nothing in it. I thought that last carton number 7, it usually has a not needed right next to it. And I thought that was odd, but didn't think enough about it. So I just need to shift all of these quantities over. So not a big deal. And that should be my problem. So 1. All right, well, that took a while. Finally got it through. I had inadvertently put 8 boxes up here. I only have 7. And that was messing things up. So it kept telling me I had an error. Finally, I found that. And now we're good. Your pack list was processed successfully. Okay, so we're good here. And let's go and calculate and see what this shipping is going to cost us. Again, we've got 202 items. 16 divided by 202. Roughly 30 cents an item to ship. So, I paid $2 per item in my last one. So it averages about $1. And we will accept those charges. And now we are ready to print out our printing labels. box the boxes up, and we're done. So I will do that, and I will show you what the final box prep looks like. Well, I am done with boxing up and labeling all of this shipment. There's 2 boxes going to one warehouse, and then I have 7 boxes going to another warehouse. Labels are done. What do we have here? So this is $2,700 worth of profit. I think $7,500 in sales, I think. I don't know. Let's go take a look at our inventory labs, and let's take a look at this shipment. Okay, looking at my inventory lab. So this is the dashboard. This is the home screen. I rarely ever even look at this, to be honest with you. What do we got here? We're looking at, this is the month of September, and this is a breakdown of each of the weeks. I guess that purple is my profit. So the first week in September, second week in September, and this is where we are currently. I've had a number of people ask me about my profit. You know, what am I making? Well, let me show you. So if I go to my reports, my profit and loss. So this program, Inventory Labs, will break all of this down. And right now we're looking at the month of September. And this is the month of September. I have done 7,500 in sales. My profit so far is 2,600. But I think most people are probably interested in yearly. So let's take a look at this year to date. I have done 177,000 in sales, 5,000 in refunds, and a number of different credits that are either marked against me or I get. In red are all the selling fees for Amazon, so you can see my expenses down here at the bottom. $113,000 in expenses. That's cost of goods and Amazon fees. And as of this year, I'm at 61,000. That's missing some things. What's missing there? Boxes, supplies. I'm probably close to $1,000 in boxes this year. So that takes me down to 60. What else? I've got a couple different subscriptions that are not in here. The Bolo group that I belong to is $70 a month. You know, so that is close to $1,000 a year. My Amazon subscription is in here. Keepa is not in here. That's $20 a month. What else? If I scroll down, it'll show you my other expenses. So I've got my cell phone is in here. That's a write-off, and that will be going up because of my cell phone bill to go up. So I'm able to write off $1,600. So that's nice. These operating expenses, this is another number that I have to adjust. This $1,600 is the size of my house that I use. So roughly it costs me $205 to operate this space in my house. What else? This Amazon subscription should be $39.99. I don't know why it's not. I'll look into that. So I'd say there's definitely around $2,000 or $3,000, $2,000, $2,500 worth of expenses that are not in here. All of my FBA costs are definitely in there. There may be some FBA. There definitely are some FBA items that I have not listed the cost of goods yet. I do that every month. I sit down. So I have not done that for August or September. So, that might be another $400 or $500 on my FBM side of cost of goods that are not included. But so far, that's where we're at. So rough, I feel safe in saying that 55,000. I've made 55,000 in profit so far this year. and we haven't hit fourth quarter. So I'm shooting for 100,000 this year. That is my goal, is hitting 100,000 in profit. So we can do it. We've got the merchandise. So so that's this program, and I can't imagine doing this business without it. Hope that was helpful. Well, behind me is a view that is very satisfying for me. It is a cleared pool table. Well, that was the creation of that shipment. It was a pretty big shipment, some good profit in there, some pretty good items. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscription button. Doesn't cost you anything, helps me out a good bit. And now for today's pro tip, it's about running your business. One of the things that it was new for me as being a business owner are our expenses. And really just keeping track of that. And I'll be honest with you, the first couple of years, I didn't do a very good job doing that. Just keeping track of all of my expenses. I'll write it down later, or I'll get that next week. I'll work on it over the weekend, and I'd forget. That really adds up over time. You really want to make sure that you're paying attention to the expenses, whatever your materials, your boxes, your tape, whatever it is. You really want to make sure that you give yourself some time to document that in a good, logical way. It's a lot of money over time if you're not doing that you're giving away. Your mileage, that's probably the biggest one. That's usually my biggest expense, is my mileage, regardless of what it is. If it's just mileage going to the post office, UPS store, or obviously going out sourcing, running down to Lowe's and get a box or tape, record that mileage down. I mean, that mileage, I think it's 58 cents a mile that comes off of your gross income. It's a big expense. It can help you out a lot at the end of the year. So that's the pro tip for today. So I haven't been outsourcing in a while. And this Sunday I will be going to Ollie's, and I haven't been in 2 weeks. With COVID and just a bunch of different other things going on, haven't been able to go. I'll tell you, another thing about this business, again, my sales are still doing pretty good. So even though I haven't put a lot of time into my business, it's still generating income. That's pretty nice. That's a pretty nice feature of this business. So I'll be getting that video. I'll be going sourcing on Sunday, and I'll be making a video about that. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If so, again, please hit that subscription button. It's a big help. And thanks. Have a great day.